Well, this certainly needs to change. Let's begin. The article says that police have found themselves in the dock after failing to solve a single recent burglary across nearly half of the country. In 48.2% of England and Wales, no break-ins have been solved in nearly 3 years, up to March 2023, and more than 80 remained unsolved over the same period in each of the 3 worst areas in Hampshire, South Yorkshire and South East London. Overall, the national charging rates for burglary have fallen from 6.7% in 2016 to 3.9% last year. Rick Muir, who I pronounced that right, head of the think tank at the Police Foundation, said, "In some parts of the country there are some crime types that have effectively become decriminalised because there is absolutely no consequence for committing the crime. The length of the sentence doesn't deter thieves. They don't think about the length of the sentence because they don't think they'll be caught. And what is proven to affect the likelihood of offending is the chance that you may get caught. If you have detection rates so low that it means there is not an effective deterrent to committing these crimes, then that is a big problem." And His Majesty's Chief Inspector of Constabulary, Andy Cook, will this week warn that the failure threatens the bond of trust with the public. Dame Vera Baird, hope I pronounced that right, former Crime Victims Commissioner and Solicitor General, said that every burglary that is not solved means it is going to happen again. Data was analysed from 30,100 neighbourhoods, each of which had around 1,500 residents, and the most burgled area was Leeds Centre with 446 reported break-ins. The area with the highest number of unsolved burglaries, which was 84, was Lyndhurst and Minstead in the New Forest. Deputy Chief Constable Alex Franklin Smith, the London Police Chief's Council lead for burglary, said, "We will continue to prioritise preventing these offences, targeting repeat offenders and organised crime groups, and solving as many burglaries as we can." Well, of course, it certainly doesn't look like they seem to be doing much of that. Well, at least in half of the country anyway. And that is a massive problem, like the person said. Because if you have no deterrent for people committing any crime at all, then they're just going to keep doing it, aren't they? I mean, it's not rocket science, is it? The thing is, though, with more and more people having doorbell cameras, such as a Ring camera, for instance, then surely wouldn't that make it easier for the police to solve? Because you'd like to think that at least they'd then have some sort of image of the burglar and hopefully it would be recognised. And while some people may not have doorbell cameras, their neighbours more than likely will do. So if the police actually done this old-fashioned technique, which I like to call police work, a bit more better, then hopefully a lot more people would be caught. But remember, it's not just doorbell cameras, because some people even have cameras around their back gardens or in the actual house themselves. And whilst hopefully that would put off any criminal with a brain cell from even thinking about robbing your house, what is bound to put them off much more than that is if they had a much stiffer sentence. Whether it be more time in prison or more time with Mr. Big in prison, if you know what I mean. Although let's face it, the last one is less likely to happen, but more time in prison I think really does need to get put in place, because that is more of a deterrent than anything, isn't it? We'd like to think so anyway. Either way though, it can't carry on. And maybe, just maybe, it might be a good idea for the police to actually go back to police school and learn a few new techniques. Other than eating donuts, of course. Anyway, I should be back pretty soon, so make sure you click that subscribe button down there so you don't miss my next video. I'll see you in the next one.